Welcome to the 31st Annual Achievement Night. My name is Scott Dillman. I'm the Executive Director of this very special organization. We had our first awards night in a gym with 38 people. Tonight, at our 31st, we have over 500. We are only here at our 31st because of all of you. Many of you have been here year after year. Some of you from the beginning. Doug and Toop, Melissa, and Paula Rothermel. Paula and I have worked together for 34 years, and she's still the fittest person in this room. Thank all of you for keeping the spirit alive. I'm excited to introduce you to our MC for tonight. She is an incredible trainer and a leader in our organization, but also an incredible person. Heather Bacher.
Good evening. As a native Philadelphian, is it with great pride I get to introduce the ultimate Eagles fan, an annual Achievement Night winner, and our Fighting Back Gym cheerleader, Bill Delaney.
What's up, what's up?
So Bill, I know that your love for the birds is deep, and to be quite honest, we all bleed a little green.
Yeah,
So why don't you start off tonight with something special?
okay. We are the champions, my friends. Da, 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 da. We'll keep on fighting to the end, to the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losing, for we are the champions of the world. Fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. Fight, fight, fight. Fly, Eagles, fly, the dance, touchdown, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Watch your Eagles fly, fly, Eagles, fly, on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Thank you.
Hello.
Thank you, Bill, for your energy and passion for the birds. Go Birds. The Fighting Back family of programs reaches far beyond the scholarships and our Malvern location. The dedicated men and women of this organization provide opportunities in our community for socialization, support, exercise, and fun for those of varying abilities. The Rocksteady Boxing program is designed for those individuals who have been diagnosed with Parkinson's disease or any type of movement disorder. Class focuses on strength, coordination, balance, posture, and of course, boxing. I'd like to thank all of my boxers for bringing joy, laughter, and sweat to the gym twice a week. The Power of Play program, or POP, is designed for those individuals on the autism spectrum. Through movement and exercise, they learn to live a healthy lifestyle, make friends, and make lasting changes in their health. It is truly an honor to coach my own son in this program. The Core Abilities program is designed for those individuals in our community with cognitive and physical differences. Classes meet twice weekly with a focus on exercise and camaraderie. Thank you, Core Ability members, for joining us this evening. The Strive program is designed to meet the needs of those individuals that have been diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury. We have 30-minute Zoom meetings each week that focus on goal setting. If you are interested in any of these 4 programs, please reach out to the Fighting Back Scholarship Program for more information. Peter Kinsley fought and lost a battle with cancer, showing the courage, desire, and perseverance of this program. Amy, Randy, and Rick started scholarships in Peter's name. I'd like to welcome tonight friends, family, caregivers, annual Achievement Night winners, past and present, and first-time attendees. Tonight you will witness 4 amazing stories of outstanding courage, desire, and perseverance. You will get an intimate look into the lives of those individuals who have sustained a life-changing illness, injury, or disease. When I think of this evening's winners, one word comes to mind, and that is effort. Effort is the fuel that drives our winners to exceed what those around them thought was possible, and perhaps even what they believed was possible. It is my hope, after you witness these amazing journeys this evening, that you will continue to support their efforts and the efforts of those in their community. It is time to talk about the Peter Kinsley Scholarship Fund. The Peter Kinsley Scholarship Fund, as I stated earlier, was designed after Peter lost a battle with cancer. And today, we need to announce our 90th Annual Achievement Night winner and the Peter Kinsley Scholarship Fund recipient, Gia Zaheim.
Tell us a little bit about what you were doing before you had your stroke.
Prior to my stroke, I was tattooing for about a year, and then COVID hit, so just working on art projects for fun. And then I was going to the grocery store with my boyfriend at the time, and I felt funny going into the store, and I thought I was just getting a migraine, so I go back to my car and I slur out, I think I'm having a stroke. Intuitive. So he drives me to the hospital, where I was airlifted over to UPenn in Philadelphia. Don't remember any of it, and yeah, that's a stroke. You just pass out and forget most of the year.
So tell us a little bit, how did you get to fighting back?
So I was very fortunate. One of my neighbors in the apartment complex where I live was friends with Ian, I think through a gym, and he knew about the program, and he knew I was trying to get into not so much physical therapy, more like training. Because I've been through 5 rounds of physical therapy, and it's something I'm always going to need, but after I got through the preliminary stuff, I wanted to get towards something more normal as far as strength goes. So he thought Ian would be helpful in that. But I wanted someone who understood the issues around the neurological things. So I have drop foot and my body works a little bit differently. Compensatory muscles need to work.
Right. So tell me, how important has Ian been to you in the Fighting Back program?
He's amazing. Ian's the best. He understands it. He adjusts the exercises around my needs. He makes it so I could do them on my own. Because if you don't do it on your own, you're not really doing the work. So.
And you've talked a lot, Gia, about just the importance of just putting in the effort and doing the work. Obviously, that's who you are as a person.
Yeah.
So, but again, part of you being honored is a recognition of the hard work you put in every day in spite of the obstacles you have.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Honored. I guess recognized, but I feel like you have to want it. You have to want to do it. So it's nice to have the assistance in that, because it's hard to do on your own, like just figuring everything out on your own when you can't see it from the outside.
Right. Yeah. And you're on scholarship, right? Mm-hmm. So what does it mean to have the organization support you in this endeavor so you can keep working hard?
If I didn't have it, I wouldn't do it. Like, I work as much as I can work, but not that I put my health on the back burner, but it's making it possible. It's making it possible, like beyond helpful. Right. Yeah. That's awesome. Everyone in the gym is amazing, patients and employees included. It's very encouraging, and it's nice to interact with other survivors, whatever their situation may be. I've tried to help people understand their situations. Like, there's one other woman that goes here, also a stroke survivor, and you know, the devices I've used, and it's nice to have that overlap in community because you don't see it out there in the world much, luckily, but you don't really get to speak about it openly either.
How important is it to have a place where you can talk about what you've been through and share ideas? Do you feel sometimes in the community that people don't understand?
In the world, I mean, how could they? If you haven't gone through it, there's no way to understand it. Right. But like I was saying, like physically, to talk about the deficits, I suppose, that come with it, and get someone else's understanding of how they've gone through their version of the situation.
Tell me a little bit about what you're doing now with the medical piece to the tattooing.
Right, so having gone through what I went through, it's hard to have people see how I am now. I wanted to help people feel more secure in their skin, being that I have my own insecurities. So I've pivoted my career into doing paramedical tattooing, more specifically mastectomy recovery. And you know, typically people won't see that, but the person knows, and that affects you on a deep level on the inside, moving through your day to day. And I wanted to help make them feel like themselves again, being that I've had to put so much work into feeling like myself again.
Good evening, everyone. I'm glad I didn't trip the first time off, so we got that out of the way. What a great video that was. For the last year, I've had the honor of working with Gia. Turned out to be a perfect match because we're both total goofballs. She's quickly become a bright light in our community. As is the case with all of my clients, Gia is a great joy to work with. She's built an incredibly full life in her recovery from a life-changing event, but she continues to prioritize self-care, and as I call it, fine-tuning that we achieve in our sessions together. She's an extremely determined individual, and it is admirable to witness her push herself to achieve new goals, whether career, travel, or physical, just to name a few. I particularly enjoy the collaborative effort that is our program. I have a few clients who I always say, like, basically all my clients for that matter, it's a collaborative effort. She'll never hesitate to fill me in on what's feeling particularly cranky or in need of work, and we design the program accordingly. She's never at a loss for telling me like what's going on, and I appreciate that. I also enjoyed the jokes, laughter, and very odd conversations and suggestions that typically stem from our sessions together. In a relatively short time, Gia has brought great spirit to the gym and the community as a whole, and we all appreciate that and find her story to be inspiring. It is with great pleasure and honor to recognize Gia tonight. We're so proud of you, all that you're accomplishing, and we're super grateful to have you part of this community. So let's welcome Gia. Come on up.
No. Yeah. Yeah, we're good. Hi. All right, so I wrote this after I had that interview, a while after, so it might be a little redundant. I apologize. My name is Gia. My whole life, I've always had a stubborn, driven, and unwavering spirit. During high school, I would take uncredited classes at FIT on the weekends to explore opportunities in the art field. I earned my place at the highly regarded College Parsons School of Design with a major in illustration. From there, I had the opportunity to travel abroad to Europe, study and embrace the world from a different perspective. After graduation, I moved to Philadelphia to pursue my dream of becoming a tattoo artist. It took me 3 years of knocking on doors, hearing no's, to even get a toe in the door. I was a year into my career in 2020. First came COVID, and 2 weeks after the shutdown, I was graced by my hemorrhagic stroke that completely paralyzed my dominant side. I woke up in the hospital confused with the mental capacity of an infant. If anyone else has had a stroke, I'm sure you can relate. The weeks leading up to the incident, I was embracing the free time by painting, walking in nature. I'd pick flowers and immediately do a paint study of them, something I never had time to do. I was outside of the grocery store prepping for COVID when the stroke occurred. I was in the ICU for 10 days, moved to Good Shepherd Rehab Hospital, back to UPenn for a month. I had brain surgery and then rehab again for 2.5 weeks. I begged to leave just so I could be with my family and friends again. It was COVID time, so I was on my own for all of it. I have a diary entry of future goals about a year post-stroke. I wrote a list of short-term and long-term goals. The first thing at the top of my long-term goals list was medical tattooing. I had to earn every bit of it, and that's where the stubborn spirit comes in handy. I went through rehab, home therapy, 2 separate outpatient therapies, and finally got to the point that I just need informed assistance for my normal workouts. That's where fighting back has come in. Ian has been instrumental in keeping me on track with my growth. There have been weeks that I can't make enough time to work out, but I go to the Fighting Back gym and reset the clock. I'm fortunate enough to say that I am achieving my goals in the medical tattoo world. I've gained the endurance to work 5 days a week, save money, built a private studio, and opened my door to give back to the others who also have medical trauma. I went on to take courses to specialize my skills as an artist in aiding breast reconstructive surgery by doing scar camouflaging, things I hadn't considered until my own physical changes, as we saw in the video. A brain injury will force you to learn a lot about yourself, but with that, you're offered a lot of tools you didn't know existed. I love that my brain injury has taught me perspective that you can never know without living through it. It builds character, my dad would always say. At any struggle you go through, I'm in a room full of characters. Thank you so much, Fighting Back.
Oh, right here.
Thank you. Oh, sorry.
The Conestoga Girls Lacrosse team will be holding their annual Stoga Girls Lacrosse 5K run, 1 mile walk on May 11th at Wilson Farm Park. You will find event information on your table. Please register and join us on Mother's Day. All the proceeds from the walk will go to the Peter Kinsley Scholarship Fund.
Okay, so I don't know if there's much anticipation over this. Typically, I'd be sharing an awful dad joke right about now. But instead, I wanted to share something very near and dear to my heart. It's this program, this community, the relationships, the inspiration that I receive through all of you, and simply the deep spirit of everyone involved that touches my soul and for 10 years continues to change my life for the better. Baseball great Tim Wakefield shared something before his passing that struck a chord with me. During and after his baseball career, he was involved with several different charitable organizations. He shared deep gratitude for his involvement, stating that he'd always received much more than he had ever given. I can say the same about my experience with fighting back as a trainer for the last 10 plus years. We all have battles, some you can see and some aren't visible. Through my battles, this community has supported me, has always loved me, has walked with me, and has helped me to heal. The Fighting Back program continues to help me grow. I've found pure joy through my involvement with the program, and I thank you all so much, and I love you all so much. Now, stepping into one of those great relationships that I've made over the years, I'd now like to speak on our next honoree. I've had the pleasure of knowing Chris Pasciuta for over 6 years. In this time, I've not only been able to work with him as a trainer through the Fighting Back Scholarship Program, but I've built a friendship with him, sharing several common interests, good food, especially donuts, Byler's, #1, music, comedy, very offbeat comedy, rides in a sidecar, which he has so generally offered to a select few, among a few things. As his trainer, I've worked hard with Chris to develop a program centered around keeping his quality of life high. And I have to say that doing this with someone like Chris is easy. He's one of the most consistent people I've ever met. His effort and determination are remarkable, and he's always a positive and tremendous asset to our community of support. Whether it's a conversation with me, one of my colleagues, a fellow Fighting Back client, a caregiver, an intern, he's always open to encourage and educate. I've learned a lot through him. I've seen him tackle MS a day at a time as proactively as anyone could. As a result, I can genuinely say I've seen no change in his condition over the time that I've worked with him, and in fact, it's probably safe to say he's gotten stronger over the years. I have to say this is a testament to his commitment, courage, desire, and perseverance. Thank you, Chris, for your belief in us and for all that you do for our community. You deserve this honor, and it's humbling to be able to call you up shortly after this video.
I was a police officer in Cheltenham Township, Pennsylvania for about 18 years. I was technically diagnosed in 2017, but multiple sclerosis is a squirrely disease. It starts way before you actually, all the symptoms really come into play. And I had little hints of it for years and years beforehand. I ran regularly 5 to 10 miles a week to stay in shape, and used to run my daughter all over the township because I lived where I worked. And I noticed closer to my diagnosis time that I started falling more frequently. and I just attributed it to cinders in the road and didn't think really anything of it other than either that or clumsiness. And then again, looking back at it after the diagnosis, then you were like, oh, that kind of added to it.
Once you got all that information, I'm sure it filled a lot of holes for you, but I'm sure it was awful difficult to hear that.
It was actually more of a relief because it was quite a journey to get to the diagnosis. It's a hard disease to diagnose. I was pretty bad off when I was diagnosed, and it took over a year to get the diagnosis because I knew I was not well. I had declined a lot. My speech was off, my balance was off, my coordination was off, my mental acuity was off, my coordination was off. One of my specialists at University of Pennsylvania recommended me come to Fighting Back. It has been life-changing for me because prior to coming to Fighting Back, when I initially was diagnosed, I went through a lot of physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy to get my strength and everything back up to par. But it was a rat race because it was a constant battle with the insurance company. It has been fantastic working with Ian. I've been able to make myself stronger than I've ever been. I've been able to continue driving. I've been able to get back on my motorcycle again. I modified my life, so I got myself a motorcycle with a sidecar. I've gained a lot of confidence. I got back out playing music again. I've made a lot of friends here. I have the utmost respect for everybody that are here, between all the trainers and clients, and it's just a wonderful family atmosphere.
That's great. And how important has the scholarship been for you?
It's been fantastic. I don't know how personally I could do it without that. I am so humbled and honored. I see everybody else who's gotten this, and I don't know how I'm worthy. I do have the utmost empathy for everybody that's here, because between medical ailments and trauma and traumatic brain injuries, everybody here has a similar situation with what is viewed as sort of like invisible symptoms that a lot of people don't see on face level. And a lot of people are dealing with stuff internally that are not seen right off the bat, and they're really fighting hard to make it from day to day. And I give people a lot of credit for that, and that's what everybody here is doing.
Hello, everybody. That was a cool video. It was the first time I ever saw it. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to everybody present here for supporting the Fighting Back Scholarship Program. I am extremely deeply honored to receive this incredible recognition. Special thanks go to Scott Dillman and my exceptional trainer Ian and the entire Fighting Back community. This achievement would not have been possible without my unwavering love and support of my extraordinary family, including my wife Sandy, my daughter Audrey, my parents, as well as my extended family and friends, my medical team at Penn, my charitable law enforcement motorcycle club, the Centurions, and my support group at Modified by MS. Everyone has consistently encouraged and motivated me to persevere through my every challenge, whether it involved adapting my lifestyle to continue riding by transitioning from a two-wheel motorcycle to an antique Harley with a sidecar, or motivating me to explore new interests such as resuming live music performances. Their support has been invaluable. Multiple sclerosis is a degenerative neurological condition with no known cure, and everybody's experience with the disease varies. Effective management relies on symptom management and medications, disease-modifying therapy, and lifelong physical therapy to combat progression, which is what Fighting Back provides. Unfortunately, MS impacts not only the patient, but also their families, friends, and everyone around them. After undergoing more than 2.5 years of hospital-based physical, occupational, and speech therapy, I was referred to Fighting Back by my specialist at University of Pennsylvania. Over the more than 6 years, Ian and the Fighting Back community have been transformative, significantly contributing to my ability to remain active. From the outset, the continuous love, support, and care that I have received have been life-saving and have enabled me to strive through courage, desire, and perseverance to be the best person I can be. Thank you all once again.
Good evening, everyone. Hope you're enjoying it. I want to welcome you and thank you all for coming out. We're at capacity again here at the Sheraton. It's a great place. They treat us well. The food's good. The service is great. And we love coming here and we love having everyone. It's a stress every year to make sure we can get everybody in. So thank you. And I'm not sure how many we have on the live stream, but there's a number. My role tonight is to introduce you to the people that make tonight happen, our key sponsors. My name is Kevin Connor. I've been on the board here at Fighting Back somewhere between 23 and 25 years. I can't figure it out. So I've been at 23 or 25 annual achievement nights, and everyone is moving. And as you've seen tonight with 2 honorees and 2 more to go, it's very, very special. My first special announcement, we haven't done this in a while, we do have a silent auction going on out this door right here. There's 5 or 6 items. If you've bid on them and want to secure your bid, feel free to walk out on my speech and up your bid. We currently have 109 people on scholarship. So think about that. Detailed in your program, it says that for a full scholarship, which is one of our clients coming 2 days a week, the cost of that scholarship is $5,500. If they want to come 1 day a week, it's $2,750. We've recently had a bunch of 1-hour people that wanted to go to 2 hours, and through a special grant, we got to move almost 20 people up to 2 hours a week to work with a personal trainer. Phenomenal opportunity. And we put that in there so that you know the magnitude of what your contribution means to these people that you're seeing tonight. Your generosity makes this happen. When I say this, I mean a night like tonight and the stories that you're hearing tonight for everyone involved. So there's 109. One of those was up here earlier in an Eagles outfit. Happens to be my cousin. Billy had a stroke, and in 2017 we recognized him as an honoree. And I said it that night, fighting back is starting to hit close to home. Because in all the achievement nights that I've been to, that was the first time I knew one of our honorees. And it hit close to home. And you can see he hasn't changed a bit. And it's attributable to fighting back. What I'd like to do now is just recognize, these are all in your program, but 2-level sponsors. First, we name one Inspiration Partners. Drew and Dee Bellata, Eleanor Davis, Gail and Jack Craig, who've been supporting us for as long as I can remember. The Friends of Ozzy. Ozzy's here tonight. Ozzy was also honored the same year that Billy Delaney was honored. Happens to be a young man I grew up with. So that night, 2 of the 3 honorees are people that were very close to me, hence the phrase, hitting close to home. John and Julie Elliker, Patty and John Bosco. Tonight wouldn't be happening if it weren't for Patty in organizing all of this, so thank you, Patty. The Upper Main Line Rotary, Doug Swope, and Virginia Varley. So they are Inspiration Partners, and thank you all. At the Trailblazer level of sponsorship, we have 19, which is a huge number. First and foremost is Around the Table Foundation here in the center. They've been supporting us for many, many years, so thank you. Avalon Fitness, a little shout out, those guys aren't here, but in a table in the back, if you didn't get it, there's 500 free white t-shirts that say Fighting Back Scholarship Program on the back, on the front, and Avalon Fitness on the back. If you haven't picked up your complimentary t-shirt, please do on the way out. There's a variety of sizes, and it's free advertising for Avalon Fitness. Baxter Family Foundation, Allen Myers Incorporated, Beeman Family Foundation, the Brubaker family, Carol Smershaw and Scott Aldrich, David and Susan Barnes, long-term supporter Ed Gold. Thank you, Ed. The Geyer family. As Scott mentioned, the Geyers have been involved in this program since day one. The Hamilton Family Charitable Trust, Helen and Dick Leeming, Job Ology, John and Rosemary Diederich, Melissa Nathanson, also a fellow board member, Patrice and Jeff Grossman, the Peter Kinsley Fund. There we go. And for the girls here from Conestoga, big game tomorrow. Conestoga girls playing Radnor girls at Conestoga. It's always a battle. Born and raised in Radnor, but I went to Carroll, so I can't pull for Radnor. And last but not least, and I want to ask this group to please come up here, the Wild Game Dinner has been supporting Fighting Back for the last 4 or 5 years, and we have a special presentation. So Scott, if you want to make that happen.
I get 30 seconds first.
You got it all.
I asked for 5 minutes and it was chewed down to 30 seconds. We're all here for one reason. There are 500 people here, and it's for the scholarship. It's for the people that they're giving the achievement to. Without that, they couldn't have that work done. So we partner up with them. I think a lot of people were here at the April 12th event that we had for Fighting Back. So Scott, we'd like to present you with a check for $30,000. The real Bill wants this, but the real check's right here.
heroes come in many different forms in our community. Oftentimes, family and friends become primary caregivers to help those individuals in need in our community. Okay, last call for 50-50 and any of the silent auction items. So this year's Caregiver Award recipient is Lori Pierce. Lori's unwavering devotion to her husband Fred and his recovery is awe-inspiring. Congratulations.
May 22nd, 04, he was out in the backyard with our son, opening our pool for the summer, and as he was checking out the pressure in the system, the top of the pool filter blew off and hit Fred with great force in his face, his head, and he fell back and had a severe brain injury, as well as damage to his face. Fred remains the man that I fell in love with, very passionate about life, loves God, tremendous capacity for friendship, sports fanatic, especially Villanova basketball and the Eagles and the Phillies. Just always willing to jump in and help someone else. So he'll drop everything to help someone, and loves to fix things, which was ironic actually. He's a mechanical engineer, and I kind of outsourced everything to him when it came to home maintenance and everything, so I've had my own little learning curve with all that, but just somebody who really lived life to the full. Since Fred's accident 21 years ago, we have built many happy memories as a family. We get together at the beach once a year. There have been more and more grandchildren as the years have gone by, and now we're up to 18 and 19's on the way. So the cousins have built memories together. Fred is a planner of Disney trips. He absolutely loves Disney, always has, always will. So he planned 3 trips to Disney for the whole family. The last one was 5 or 6 years ago, 2019. And now we're planning one more trip for Fred's 75th birthday in November.
How have you survived this, Lori?
Lots of prayer, crying out to God for help, thanking him when things are going well, support from others. When Fred first came home, we had someone living with us who was a tremendous help. She became a dear friend, and keeping up with the friendships I had to the best of my ability. I actually didn't even go to St. Pat's, my parish, for a few months because I didn't have the strength to answer the question when people asked how Fred was doing. So I actually went to a different church because it took too much out of me as I was going through that initial year or two of grieving. So in terms of self-care, I was super busy at home for about 1 or 2 years, just trying to get my bearings. And then I started incorporating more things into my life that nourished me. And I should say that no matter what happened, I tried to get to church almost every day. So whether it was just going for a few minutes or actually going to Mass, that gave me strength. And praying with people would come to visit, we'd pray with Fred, we'd have lots of visits from loving friends and family. So that gave me strength. I come into the environment of the gym, and there is a sense of freedom and joy and friendship, and I can see it's tangible. There's joy in moving and trying, pushing yourself a little bit. There's the relationship between the trainer and the individual. There might be family members supporting the client, and all of that is a beautiful, rich environment for me emotionally. So it just makes me happy to walk into the gym and get greeted by people, get a word of encouragement. It is life-giving.
And what does this award mean to you?
Well, I'm very honored, and I thank you. It's a labor of love. And I would do it all over again. And I've said that Fred would do this for me. If the shoe was on the other foot, I know that Fred would care for me like this. So I am honored to be his caregiver.
The Caregiver Award is an incredibly important honor to receive. And Lori, you are so deserving of this honor. Lori, you have been a wonderful role model for all of us on how to deal with a very difficult situation with grace. You've shown us all the power of grace. Congratulations. Please come up to receive your award.
I am honored to receive a Caregiver Award. I want to thank God, who gives me strength every day. And God sends me timely help. Fred and I are blessed with loving family and friends, and the kindness, encouragement, and faithful prayers of so many people. On May 22nd, 2004, our lives changed forever when Fred suffered a devastating injury. I became responsible for managing his care at home. The dedication of our children, extended family, and dear friends, home nursing and therapy got me gradually out of survival mode into a new normal. Fred worked with great therapists at Bryn Mawr Rehab for many months until 2006. And then we heard about the Fighting Back program. In this inspiring gym, people work very hard with their trainers and friendships bloom. 9 years ago, Fred got a new trainer, Ian, who you've already met. Ian is knowledgeable, fun-loving, and a passionate sports fan like Fred. Fred made gains over the next few years, but in 2018, his strength and balance improved noticeably. One day, Ian said, "Fred, why don't you try this walker?" With Ian on his left and our daughter on his right, Fred took 10 steps, and I literally did not believe my eyes. A few days later, Fred had the walker again with Ian's help and another helper, and he took 20 steps, and then I broke down and cried. I could not believe this miracle could happen 14 years after his injury. And without fighting back, it would not have happened. Fred's endurance and strength continued to improve. But setbacks happen in life, and Fred had a big setback last year when he broke both his legs within 2 weeks. So he could not weight bear for 3 months. And it took a lot of courage to bear weight on those legs again and regain confidence. But Fred perseveres in the true spirit of fighting back. So 21 years later, Fred's life is not easy, and neither is mine, but we are in this together with God. Our growing family now includes 19 grandchildren spread around the country. Fred leads the way in gratitude, and he says to me almost every day, "Thank you for your love." So I want to thank the Fighting Back organization and everyone here for honoring me, and I feel extremely blessed and humbled by this award. Thank you.
So again, guys, the Caregiver Award is a family award, So we're going to take a picture now with Fred and his family.
The Caregiver Walk allows individuals receiving support an opportunity to recognize their heroes, their village, their family, and their friends.
Here we go. My daughter Laura was diagnosed with Huntington's disease about 5 years ago when she was about 26. Laura, Colin's pushing you. It's a combination of ALS, Parkinson's, and Alzheimer's all rolled into one. She needs 24-hour care now, so you can't live life like you used to. You are amazing and an inspiration to all. There is a caregiver walk today, and you know, normally when someone in your family has a disease, it is always about them, and it should be. But it's so nice to be honored as a caregiver.
Thank you for everything you do.
It makes me feel happy and hopeful and not alone.
And thank you so much for sharing your story. Today is the third annual Caregiver Walk and Celebration, and it's hosted by and run by the Fighting Back Scholarship Program. The Fighting Back Scholarship Program has two missions. First is to provide scholarships to those that have suffered a life-changing injury, illness, or disability. The second mission is to build a community of support. And we do that through events like today.
What would we do without people to push the wheelchair? After my stroke and TBI, I had access to so many resources and help. You like going to the gym? You like fighting back? And then I looked around and saw how everyone was helping me, but nobody was recognizing my family or friends. I want caregivers to come here and find the resources they need.
Thank you.
Caregivers take care of us 365 days a year, and I wanted to take care of them one day, today.
You're doing great.
My dream is that people across the country will see that not only is this event possible, but it's necessary. And I think once people do it, they can't believe that they haven't done it sooner. Thank you with a big round of applause. Thank you, my community. Thank you.
I would like to invite everyone that is attending this evening to join us in the fall on October 4th to continue this much needed recognition and support. Thank you. It is now time to announce our final honoree and the 92nd Annual Achievement Night winner, Sean Kelly. Sean is so dedicated to her recovery. She brings her own equipment to the gym.
Good evening, everyone. My name is John Berlingeri, and I've been a trainer at Fighting Back for over 4 years now. First, I just want to congratulate everyone in this room for fighting their own journey and having success doing so. I'm sure there have been moments of doubt and failure, but each is a stepping stone to greater accomplishments. It is my honor and pleasure to present this award to Sean Kelly. I have been waiting for this moment, Sean. So I would not be able to present this award to Sean without the support of her family and her care team. I've come to know you all, and I can say that you all are amazing. You're exactly what Sean needs, and for that, we thank you. Today, as I stand before you, I'm filled with a sense of reflection. Sean, I remember our first phone call just to introduce myself, discuss the details of our training. I specifically remember leaving that phone call thinking, wow, what an upbeat personality, what a friendly demeanor, and all of that in the midst of suffering yet another setback. Now, I'm not a believer in meant to be, or I was meant to meet a certain person. However, if there was ever a case for me to be challenged with my viewpoint, this is it. Sean, each and every session we work together, you bring me joy. You're one of the reasons why I laugh so much on Monday and Fridays. You're one of the reasons why my work is so important. While I've seen how each session can vary from week to week and the challenges associated with that, I can tell you that I'm incredibly proud to have the opportunity to work with you. You're an absolute pleasure, minus your Texas Longhorns talk, and I look forward to seeing you each and every week. Lastly, I just want to share that Sean has this incredible rally wall at home. You might be asking yourself, what the heck is a rally wall? Well, let me tell you about that. A rally wall is basically any photos, pictures, items that can be hung on a wall, particularly Sean's wall, that can really inspire, create motivation and determination. I had a picture of this, but technical difficulties, I cannot show you that picture. Just know that it's amazing and it also inspires me. I've seen this wall up close and personal a few times, and I'm personally inspired by it. What I'd like to say to you, Sean, in front of all of our friends here, is two things. Number one, I'm not done rallying with you yet. Your journey is not over. Number two, this wall is not complete, and let's hang some more shit on that wall. With that said, please let us hear that inspiring voice of yours, Miss Sean Kelly.
Thank you, John. Geez, I don't even know if I can live up to that, but thank you. It is such an honor to receive this award from an organization that means so much to me. And I want to thank you, Josie. Where are you, Josie? Okay. For introducing me to Fighting Back. What a great journey it's been, truly. First, I want to thank God for giving Scott the vision to create such a special community of support. Yeah. Such a special community of support for people like me and the three of us being honored tonight, but also so many others too. I get inspired every time I walk into the gym and just look around at everyone working so hard to fight back. It truly is an experience. I want to thank God for blessing me with strength and determination. I have that. I truly believe He's wired me with a positive attitude and the ability to keep moving forward no matter how tough things get. For that, I truly am so incredibly grateful. Thank you to the amazing people who've been by my side on this journey, some from the very beginning, and some whom I never would have met had I not been put on this journey. I'm here not just because of my own efforts, but because of their support. My beautiful friends and family, my caregivers, Mac and Bern, thank you all for from the bottom of my heart for putting up with me, truly. Yeah. And thanks to the Fighting Back trainers that are so welcoming and fun. And Ian, if I have to read another one of your stupid riddles, no, it's so fun. Thank you to my number one, my wife, Mary Ann, for your love and laughter and for sharing my sense of adventure these past 33 years. I know this adventure is not the one we signed up for, but thank you for your support and love and for keeping me laughing, which is so important, and motivated to fight back every day. Now to John, and he can read my script over my shoulder, and he's about to read what I'm about to say about him. My superstar trainer, John, you've been an unwavering source of support. That unwavering source of support phrase has been used so many times tonight. It truly, that is the people of Fighting Back. They are unwavering sources of support. But I thank you so much, John. You keep me motivated, especially when things get hard and seem impossible. You have this way of helping me recognize the wins, the gains, even though small, and I mean sometimes they are very small. But this makes me want to keep coming back for more. So you think we can work on a miracle for Monday, John? Come on, let's put this together. Seriously, John, you're authentic, caring, a little bit crazy, and you're great at what you do. You're just great at what you do, and I thank you for being on this journey with me. This night isn't just about the three of us being recognized. It's also about celebrating that Fighting Back exists for people like the three of us. That it is, yes. That it exists to help us face our challenges head on, to help us refuse to give up, to help us use the strength of all of us in this important community for support. Yes, we are thankful that Fighting Back exists, and we are thankful for your support tonight. To my family, friends, and caregivers, I will continue to fight back knowing that I am never alone. So let's all continue to lift each other up. Let's keep pushing forward. Thanks, everyone.
It is time now to pick our 50-50 winner. All right, John, do you want to pick? Sure. Okay, all right.
John? Come on.
All right.
I didn't buy anything.
I hope everyone wrote very large. And our winner is Ed Gold. And the wellness basket winner is Bill Connor. For the first time in 30 annual achievement nights, we have 6 amazing silent auction items. Golf at Aronimick winner is Brewer Kirshner. Golf at Overbrook is Steve Condi. Dinner and a show is Karen Murray. The Ritz-Carlton stay, my personal favorite, Wendy Graham. The Pure Energy membership winner is Paula Mincer. And the Orange Theory membership winner is Casey Logan. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight. It's now time to bring to the stage our 89th Annual Achievement Night winner, our Fighting Back ambassador, and my fellow dancing queen, Natanya Sortlin. So Natanya, by the way, you have 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to cut to the chase and preface this by saying I'm going to be asking for donations. And if you want to know where the money's going to go, you saw it here tonight. There are pledge cards on your tables, pens. Okay. Many of you remember my story, how I first met Scott in a wheelchair. And when rehab told me I was done, Fighting Back said, "No, you are not." Woo! That was 9 years ago, and I'm still not done, and neither is Fighting Back. We need your help now more than ever. We really do need more scholarships. Okay, I've never done this before, and I'm very nervous, but here goes. Look around the room. There are over 500 people here, and someone in your family or your neighborhood may need the chance that only Fighting Back can give to face the challenges that they will have. Oh my God, we need that chance. Okay, this is not a sad time. We need that chance, and you can help us do it. Scott, how are we on time? Oh my God, I've wasted so much time. Okay, there are pledge cards on the table and pens, and there's a QR code if you want to donate through Venmo. Okay, everyone, we're doing something. I guess we got about a minute. Everybody, fill out those pledge cards, and please raise your hand. We need at least 10 new scholarships, please. One scholarship is, as you heard, is about $2,800, and that's just for 1 hour. We need those, and let's see if we can't get 10. Please, we really need you now more than ever. So raise your pledge card, and someone will come running to find it. All right, guys, don't leave me hanging. Help me out. Make some noise. Come on. Look at what you have seen here tonight. Where else are you going to see something like that? Please, if you have a pledge card, please fill it out, raise your hand, and they will run to you. Please. Please, do it for the mother who just found out she has Parkinson's.
10 seconds.
Oh my God. Okay, please, please, do it for the hope that lives in the Fighting Back gym. Please raise your hand with your pledge, and someone will get it. I am so grateful to you. You have no idea. And we're out of time, but we're not out of hope. So please, please, we need your help. Thank you.
So a couple quick thank yous for support. Our board of directors and our volunteers, Kevin and Gail Connor, Ed Gold, Kenny and Nancy Blank, thank you for your long-term foundation support. An anonymous donor, you know who you are, thank you. The Foxman Foundation, Alan Myers for your continued support. The Geyer family, the Lehman family for your continued support. Harry and Bunny, Harry, thanks for not taking more than 30 seconds. Appreciate that, buddy, and thank you so much for the Wild Game dinner and your generous donation tonight. And of course, I got to spend a little time on my girls. Stoger Lacrosse. Stand up. You girls got to stand up. I got to kill a little time here. So the two, stay standing. So the two girls that came up in the beginning were the top fundraiser for the walk that they're about to do. But, you know, Amy Orcott, you know how I feel about you. It's been such an honor to work with you and to work with the girls year after year and to do it in for such a good cause. I mean, you know, I grew up with the Kinsley family and, you know, when we lost Peter, we all lost a part of ourselves. So what you guys have been able to continue to do to keep his memory alive and even go beyond that to continue to help provide more scholarships, you all should be very proud of yourself. So thank you very much. And for this night, you know, it obviously, it always is a very special night, but it takes a lot of work to pull this together. To put 500 people in a room and to do all the organization, you know, Patty Bosco and her team every year just delivers on that amazingly. I mean, it's always so smooth and effortless, and a lot of work goes behind that. To Bill, Marie, Orr, Sophia's at home tonight, but you did a great job on these videos. You got a feel for what they're about, and it captures really the spirit of this program. For Allison, I don't know if Allison's in the room or outside, but Allison's an intern from Eastern University, and we usually have 2 interns that run this, and they pretty much coordinate all the seating for this event. And I always tell them the same story, which is you will never, ever, ever organize an event this big ever in your life again. Even if you get married, very few people get married with 500 people. So once again, Allison on her own has done a phenomenal job, and it's so impressive. She's got finals this week. She's juggling all kinds of meetings, and in the midst of this, she's getting all these name tags together. So Allison, thank you. And then, and to some of our new leadership, MJ has been just unbelievable. Your support, just being at all these events and getting everywhere and getting the word out. You've just done an amazing job. And what can I say about Natanya? How about a round of applause for Natanya? I mean, it's been an honor to watch Natanya from the time I met her at University of Pennsylvania for a Mind Your Brain conference, and she was sitting in a wheelchair with her earmuffs on, and I said to her, "What's your goal, Natanya?" And she said, "I want to dance again." And honest to God, I was like, I'm not sure that's going to ever happen again, you know? I'm not sure that's possible. But you guys all saw, for those of you here, I guess 2 or 3 years ago, she got up in front of this audience and danced in front of 500 people. It was truly extraordinary, and she just keeps asking to do more, and she's become an incredible ambassador for our program. And as you saw tonight, she's always willing to get out and do what she can. It's very personal to her. She benefits from the scholarship, and she realizes that she has a role to keep doing that. So I appreciate everybody's support tonight. You can only imagine what it's like for her to get up here and ask for you guys to support her. It was very impressive to me. And lastly, how about a round of applause to Heather, our MC. Having been through a few technical difficulties in my life, I haven't done so many of these, this happens, but you handled it perfectly with grace, Heather. Well done. So tonight you witnessed the courage, desire, and perseverance of Gia, Chris, Lori, and Sean. But you also witnessed what happens to those words over time. Courage transforms into faith. You heard a lot of faith tonight. Desire transforms into effort. You heard a lot about effort tonight. And perseverance transforms into gratitude. So many people that spoke to you tonight were thankful. It is faith, effort, and gratitude that you find in the spirit of fighting back. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for sharing your spirit with us tonight. So this is where we go for the grand finale with the video. Every year we choose to honor 4 individuals. 3 individuals that are fighting back and 1 caregiver. But each year, many more are nominated. And this is where we usually end the night by highlighting our 17 nominees and the pictures of our trainers. Our trainers, as you heard tonight, are a dedicated and caring group of people that make this happen every year. At this time, since we're not going to do the videos, I'm not going to show your beautiful faces. If the trainers in the back could all stand up, please. Now, I was joking with Ian before this, saying we might have to change this to the Ian Fighting Back Scholarship Program. You get all the honorees. But the truth of the matter is each year, all of our trainers nominate and a board picks them. So Ian does an extraordinary job, but we have a tremendous amount of trainers that do the exact same thing every year. Our trainers are a dedicated, caring group of people that make a difference every day.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we'll rise. Oh, we'll
Thank you for taking me out.
Wow, Mark, you're one step ahead of me, brother. That's beautiful. So here's my last part. I started this in all seriousness because I saw these stories and I was so touched by them. And I said, this is what we need to see in life. It was back in the Allen Iverson day when he wasn't practicing. And I was like, this is the stories we need to share with people, not just to recognize them and their families, but to inspire us to be thankful for the gifts we're given, to take advantage of every day. Because guys, that's what life is. I've seen it for 38 years. Like that, it changes. So my challenge to all of you tonight is build your own rally wall. And we'll see you next year.